The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of super oxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy Powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy Powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy Powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy Powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level.
We are on the march. The Empire is on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
We're back on the Alex Jones Show. I'm Paul Joseph Watson, filling in for Alex today with all the breaking Ebola news. You can visit Infowars.com. We're right on top of that. But for the moment, we're talking with Gerald Celente, TrendsResearch.com. And if you missed it before the break, Gerald made a pretty big forecast. He's saying that as a result of the attacks in the Middle East, supposedly targeting ISIS, there will be, whether it's a false flag or an organic, genuine attack, there will be a terror attack within the US here coming up in the imminent future. And as I said, you know, every single university study proves that bombing the Middle East, radicalizing jihadists, flooding the region with weapons, only ever causes blowback, only ever causes more violence. Gerald, just before we go to calls, finishing off your point on that.
Yes, you know, we have to really go back to the beginning, when not the beginning, but this latest round. And that really happened after World War I, when a bunch of colonial powers, led by the United Kingdom and France, carved the joint up from the Ottoman Empire. I mean, look at the map. The Sykes-Picot lines, these straight lines, making up these countries that never existed before. And the colonization that's continued. So there's no end in sight as long as the colonial powers continue their imperialism. I just want to shift gears here for just a moment, because as we're on the air, there's a lot of destabilization going on in the equity markets. The Dow is down about 220 points. Crude oil, after being up over $1, both West Texas and Brent, is down now in negative territory. And it's very significant. And gold prices are moving back up a little bit. I'm saying this because oil prices are a real big one to look at. I've been at this since, I began my career. I was a lobbyist, a government affairs specialist for the chemical industry. I was in D.C. during the 1973 oil embargo. This is the first time since that time that Saudi Arabia has pushed and has been successful in cutting oil production. It's not because there's an oversupply. On the contrary, if you look at today's numbers with West Texas, supplies are way down. Demand is way off. And when you look at the World Energy Institute and other data, you can see that demand is now down. It's about down to two-year lows. And so is the pricing. So this is really significant because oil is telling a true story right now. With all of this political unrest in the Middle East, as you mentioned, the destabilization caused by that so-called humanitarian mission launched by President Obama, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, and his staff of associates, Samantha Powers, Susan Rice, and Hillary Clinton. And the production levels have dropped so dramatically there and in Iraq. Oil prices should go up as this destabilization increases. They're not. That's showing you the fundamental weaknesses of the global economy. And this just out recently from the, my glasses on here a second. Record level of $158 trillion in global debt, together with low economic growth, is creating serious threat of a new financial crisis, says the 16th annual Geneva report. Total world debt, excluding the financial sector, you ready for this, has risen from 180% of global output in 2008 to 2012% last year. There's no way of getting out of this financial crisis. You know how you get out of it? When all else fails, they take you to war. All things are connected. You asked me before about how we forecast trends. We make connections between different fields. You read over some of the list from my coining the term clean food back in 1993 to talking about geopolitics and finance. It's all connected. But most people don't connect them. They only look at specific fields. So when we're looking at the Middle East, we're looking at oil prices, we're looking at GDP data coming out, debt levels increasing. You look at today's manufacturing indexes coming out of Germany and Europe. They're down now into negative territory, under 50%. So you can see where this is leading, and you can see where the leaders are leading us. The same people that have led us through nothing but a series of great financial and military disasters are in control and leading us down the path of more doom and decline.
We're talking the Middle East, oil, debt with Gerald Celente. We're going to go to some calls now. James in Illinois, you're on the air with Gerald Celente. Go ahead, James.
Gerald, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, great show. I got a quick question. I just sold my house. I got about $120K. I got 2.5 years to go before I can start pulling my pension. I want to move to the South. Where do I put my money? If I put it in gold or in silver, that's my question. Is that a good place for it? And where can I, let me see, how can I do that through a reputable reputable dealer that doesn't attach me to the government. No strings. That's my question.
Yeah, you know, I wish I could answer that question for you. I can't. I'm not a financial analyst, and I'm not licensed. So if I said anything to you, they would come clamping down on me. And you know the motto of the Trends Journal, taught to me by my dear father, may his soul rest in peace. Anytime I'd be saying something, he'd say, think for yourself. And that's where I would leave it with you. Think for yourself. Real estate doesn't necessarily have to be a bad deal. You know, it depends what you're buying and what your plans are to do with it. If it's a speculative deal, I would say that's not for me. Gold, I'll tell you where I'm going with gold. And by the way, I'm only invested in gold, major, and real estate, but I buy historic buildings. I have a 1750, a 1774, and a 1763. Plus the building we're in here, the Mohegan Market, which is a beautiful old, 100-year-old building. But I buy, and I believe in gold prices. But here's what I think is going to happen. I believe that they're going to have to raise interest rates. The economy cannot sustain itself with interest rates going up because that's the only thing that's propping up the housing market, which is now softening again, and the equity markets, which are now softening again. When they raise interest rates, there'll be panic on the street. Back to gold. I believe the downside gold is 1150, around there. But the upside potential is well over 2,000. So for me, I'm in gold for my golden years. I used to trade it as a young guy. My first buy was in late 1970s at $187.50 an ounce. So to me, when you invest in these things, again, I invest in real estate with my heart. I'm not stupid. I'm not doing it to lose money. But if I don't make a lot of money on it, it's okay, because I know I have a valuable asset in buying historic buildings. In gold, as I said, I'm in it long term, and I believe in it, because why would I want paper that's been devalued over 90% in 100 years?
Thanks for the call, James. Jim in Illinois, you're on the air with Gerald Celente. Go ahead, Jim.
Hi, how you doing today?
Good.
I've got a question for you. This Alex Jones has scared myself and probably half the nation, as far as these globalists are concerned, the fear they put into all of us. And I have a way of suggesting to stop these people, and it can be done with the help of him if he puts out a website with their names, phone numbers, and addresses on it. And I guarantee in 6 months, the people of America will make it very uncomfortable for these people to even exist and try and do harm to America.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead, Gerald.
They're in front of you already. I mean, they're called the president, the Congress. I mean, what self-respecting adult would believe any of them? Oh, you like Lindsey Graham? You get it really nice with McCain? You think Pelosi got a brain? How about not so Feinstein? There's nothing behind the curtain but a decrepit old man pulling the levers. It's what you see. And by the way, we're doing something to change it. On May 2nd of 2015, from the most historic corner in the United States, the only place where there's a pre-Revolutionary War stone building, we have permission to close down the cross streets, and we're setting up our movement, OccupyPeace.us. You can go to the website. No foreign entanglements. This is the foundation upon which the Constitution was founded, right in this area. Every one of the founding fathers, beginning with Washington, a real commander-in-chief, a guy that fought, not these little chicken hawks that can't fight their way out of a paper bag. No foreign entanglements in his farewell address. Madison, Jefferson, every one of them, Franklin. So we're doing something. We believe that America can return to the greatness that it was that made it the land of opportunity. No foreign entanglements, rebuild America. I have a story for you, right out of today's Wall Street Journal. Here it is. Fighting Islam.